I wanted to do something that at this point in my life I could relate to. And, being a mom was something so new to me and so fresh that it was kind of fun to play off of it instead of going and doing, wires for 17 hours a day. This was actually really great. And the truth is, I got to work with 6 brilliant women who are so funny and so smart. And the idea of being in an ensemble cast like this was so appealing to me because I wanted to do something with a group of people. I didn't want to be isolated, and I wanted to do something fun. And so this was kind of perfect. I think Amy's arc throughout the film is so representative, I do believe, of most people in this world. I think that everybody can relate to it in some form. You strive for everything to be perfect, and you forget that the messy of the life is what makes life happen. And I think you have a character who, at a very young age, was responsible for 2 living, breathing human beings. I mean, my character had a kid at 19 and a kid at 20. And so you're faced with, like, well, you have to hustle and you have to make it work. And in order to make it work, it has to look like this. And that's what you're kind of fed at a very early age. You need a house, you need health insurance, you need a white picket fence. Your kids need to go to school, they need to be well fed, they need to have organic food, non-processed, non-GMO, you need to drive an eco-friendly car. Like, everything is constantly, it's oversaturation of information is making us as people strive to be these impossible human beings. And I think that my character kind of has to come a little bit full circle in regards to, she starts off on one extreme, goes through the polar opposite halfway through the film, and then finds her happy medium by the end. Every single woman in this film is a mom. And there's something about that instantly you bond to. Like, the first dinner we had as a cast, we realized we were all depressed because we were leaving our babies. And all our babies are different ages, from Kay Bell's, who's, youngest, I think, Delta's maybe 13 months, to Jada's, who's 19, 20, and everything in between. You were like, everybody was leaving their babies. And you found this, like, insane bond with these women instantly that made you love them, because every day you come to work and you're like, oh my God, 3 more days and I can see my baby. 2 more days. Everybody's there to help each other throughout the day. Christina being one of those women. She's brilliantly funny, smart, beautiful on the inside and outside, a great mother, a fantastic woman. I've known her on and off a little bit for the past maybe 10 years. I would say very loosely, like through a peripheral. And I've always been a huge fan of hers. And so when the name came up of, what do you think of Christina Applegate? I was like, if you can get her, good luck. But I was so excited to work with her. She's great. She's awesome. A bad mom would be someone who would give their kid processed foods within the film's parameters. A bad mom would be someone whose kid would probably not wear organic clothing. A bad mom would be someone whose kid probably doesn't shower every day. A bad mom would be someone whose kid watches 1 hour too much television. A bad mom would be someone who allows their kid to go past their bedtime, whose kid doesn't speak 3 languages, whose kid doesn't brush his hair every day, whose kid sometimes has to wait for the mom to pick him up from school. I would say that's within the parameters of the movie, yeah. John and Scott are oddly 2 people that are like peanut butter and jelly. They go together so well, but you take them apart and they're missing each other. Like, they direct so beautifully with one another. Scott is very tech heavy and John is very actor heavy. And Scott wants every scene to be real and John wants to put in comedy. And they fit each other like little puzzle pieces. They're unbelievable to work with. I literally said, I was like, I'll do anything for you, anything. They're so fun, they're funny. this movie was written by them. If you read this movie, you'd be like, oh, a woman wrote it. And you realize that 2 men wrote this movie, and then after talking to them, you understand it's an homage to their wives. They love and respect their wives so much, and women and moms in general. And they wrote a script, they gave it to a bunch of their female friends, and were like, read this, tell me what's not right with this, and then tell me your funny mom stories. And I think that reads on paper. They're so great to work with. And I'm not just saying this, I love them so much. That every day, it's such a lovely crew to be a part of.